Hello, Sepgo here. The new update of Lines of Battle is here, and I've been playing and having fun with it. There is new stuff to learn about it, for example how the new skirmisher unit work, and there's also some stuff to define like new strategies and so on. So I'm presenting to you this Clash Battle analysis. I was losing this battle almost all the time, but in the end I won. There's some stuff I learned by the hard way. So let's start the video. We can see that my horses are concentrated on my right flank. The objective is to make some pressure down here, trying to get close to the artillery on the left side of the enemy. The middle point of the map, this star, is going to be a really important part in the battle. There are some houses there that allow you to shoot in any direction you want. So red is probably going to go there. They don't have much of an option here. Their starting position in the trees is not as good, but they also have high hills, and it's going to be really good for them to actually start shooting up here and making some kind of damage. Left flank of red, or my red flank here, we can see some houses, and it's going to make the front line wider. So this part is going to be contested, at least in my perspective. I need to go here. So yeah, red is going to go for the star, maybe stay on the forest and in the trees, take some cover for the artillery. Also they could get here. I seem that unlikely in this position. It's kind of unlikely because the position of the troops is more concentrated to the right flank of the red. I think that cavalry is going to go into the left side, also because red can see that my cavalry is concentrating up there and get close to my artillery that's also going to push for my right flank, or the left flank in the red in this case. So yeah, pretty good for red in this position. Managed to actually put the units on the houses, in pretty good positions against artillery. Also the skirmishers on the trees. I also put mine in the trees, try to fight for the city. And he's concentrating the cavalry on the left side too, preparing for a possible cavalry engagement over here. I started to move some of my infantry units on the right flank. The idea of those units were actually to get some good positions and start hitting really hard on this flank. So I saw the artillery kind of alone, so I wanted to put some pressure on that flank. Actually a bad idea, it was receiving a lot of damage. I didn't consider that damage to be that much. Well, something to learn. I think it was not worth it, but well, it happened. And for the moment being, the damage I'm receiving it's pretty high. I need to do something fast here, and that's why I tried the thing on the right. So yeah, in 4 turns the battle progressed. Now I think I'm losing. Well, here I learned one of the things I didn't know about the skirmishers. They actually hold pretty well the line, the tree line at least. Here they hold them pretty well. So yeah, I thought my units were going to destroy them, actually. And I wanted to push forward into the tree line and start making some damage down there, but it didn't work out. It was a complete disaster. So I'm actually just pushing straight here, going for a charge into these houses. But damn, I didn't remember the damage. I'm not sure if that's because of the update. The damage received could be devastating in that type of charge. So well, this charge that I'm doing, it's a complete failure, and I didn't understand it yet. One stupid thing I did here is this left flank of mine. Yeah, in order to save the light infantry, I sacrificed one line infantry in hopes that this light could do more damage down here. One thing I didn't consider here and that was hurting me right now was this cliff. I couldn't shoot through it, so yeah, I couldn't make a lot of damage. The damage I was planning to do there didn't work out there. The damage I'm receiving on the other side is just a big amount. Well, my situation is bad. It just really is bad. I actually managed to fend off this guard unit. Well, it cost me my cavalry unit, but that also allowed me to save my other unit here next to the horse. This battle it's kind of hard, but I think this battle is what is the best thing I have right now. My infantry unit is in the houses down there, so the cavalry they're actually not doing anything, and I'm actually kind of winning in this side, kind of, because it's kind of difficult to say, at least because red also has this other infantry that's moving here, and well, the push that's going to go up this side is going to be impossible for me to defend. So yeah, this is completely lost. My strategy right here is just to start moving slowly back into the town here, regain my morale, and try to hold the enemy on the town, because I don't have any other plan right here. One thing that's kind of good for me right now is the amplitude of the battle. We have one unit here, we have one group here, and we have our biggest concentration here. So what does that mean? That means that red has to focus on a lot of sides. Here, here, the other arrows, and also here. So in order for red to win, it has to move troops in all those directions. And even though my middle is kind of weak right now, and I do think that red actually needs to push forward in this precise moment to kill all my units that are low morale. In this moment is the right moment for him to do it. He also has one medium morale unit here, so this unit can't push. That's because my blue unit that's here actually has more morale than him. Whatever the case, it's the best moment for him to push. Try to take out the weakest of my infantry and then focus on the strongest one. In this moment, even though I'm losing and have suffered a lot of casualties, I think there's a chance to win. Well, you can see I'm losing this battle. I've lost more power, and well, the battle is not going good for me. So how am I going to win it? One thing we must look at is the battle in the cities. The battle in the cities is pretty good in the defense. This unit has sustained that battle against all the odds. Another thing to consider is the amplitude of the battle. The amplitude of the battle is now working in my favor. Look at these troops, and look at this big group here. There's a space between them, and it's going to get bigger. I'm drawing the attention of the enemy troops here. And these two units are going to go here. This unit has hold anything, and they want that unit dead. That's going to make the red units to get separated. This battle here is not that important for me. I want to focus on the middle. Light infantry. That light infantry is also pushing some of the units to the right flank of the red. I wanted to do this because, first of all, I need to regain the morale of my troops. There are some units that are recovering their morale and they're going to start getting the battle again. This unit is going to move again over here. It's going to draw more attention in that flank in order for me to start reorganizing my middle battle front. As you can see, some of my units are saved by now and they are able to recover some of the morale in the cover of the city. Because if they try to charge at me, they're going to lose in the town. Now that my troops have recovered kind of a good morale by now. My artillery, that's here, that's still alive, is going to start moving into the middle field. Because I'm going to focus all my fire here. I need to win the middle fight in the moment that I can, and I see that I can win it. In this moment, the infantry down here finally lost, did a lot of damage. I was happy for that. I know I'm receiving a lot of damage here, but that keeps them worried over this side too. And the other thing I'm doing is trying to move my cavalry to this side. One of my ideas is to actually make the push in this side. Red actually noticed that possible charge of the cavalry, so it's pushing his artillery back. Well, the amplitude of the battle is shrinking. Now it's getting concentrated on a more evenly battlefield. I keep doing my rotations, like here, put the one with more morale up front, the one that's lost to the back so it can recover. Also, you can see that the artillery is here. My cavalry went up here and it's facing the red cavalry down here. My morale is not that good. I can't win that engagement. And the most important thing I'm trying to do right now is to shoot down here with all the things I can. There are also some units up there that are waiting for the recover. I have one light infantry that's almost ready to join the battle again. This unit here is always ready to move up here to hold for any possible charge or just to stay there and keep shooting down here. Red in this moment is just like all the troops that are in the city, trying to just kill them by the sheer force of their artillery, and is relying more on that. That's why Red hasn't made a big push just yet. To see what is Red plan, we can see at the battle overview. As you can see, Red has 26 victory points more than me. That means if the game ends right now, imagine if it's turn 60, well, Red is going to win. If I remember correctly, you only need 10 points difference to win the battle in turn 60. Red is not going to charge into the city, because charging into the city is really dangerous and Red can lose. So for Red, this is actually, I think, a good plan. Maybe Red needs to get a better position of his units in this precise moment, because in that position they are right now, well, they are receiving a lot of damage. So I think Red could be more into the center and down. So the plan of Red in this moment is to get to turn 60, because the charge into the city is not going to work, and win the game with victory points. Well, as you can see, the objective of doing damage on the middle kind of worked, but time is running out. The turns are running out. It's the 39th turn, so I need to do something. I need to do something. And in this moment I was sure that I was going to do the charge. I was going to charge with my cavalry into the middle, a weakened, kind of weakened spot of the enemy line. How is this charge going to make me win the battle I'm losing right now? The secret relies in that red needs to defend the charge. That's going to work in my favor right now, even if my cavalry is going to die. What does that mean? That means that he's going to bunch up here. There's going to be a big group of red infantry, cavalry or whatever in the defense of the artillery. And one thing that I have here is the firepower. They're bunched up there, so the firepower is going to destroy a lot of troops of the enemy down there. That's why I'm also going to do like a feint push. So with that I can do maximum range damage to the enemies that are going to get bunched up in that part of the battle. So let's look what actually happened and how I managed to actually break through. So the charge actually worked. The enemy received a lot of damage. My artillery also fired into these positions over here, and in the end some over here. The artillery worked as a support for some of the ranged battles I had to bring the morale of the enemy down enough for me to actually in the end do the charge in close quarters. And that's the thing that actually, well, made me win the battle. So now what I have to do is to consolidate my forces in the middle, take the star and the victory points, and don't let my enemy take those victory points before turn 60, so he can win the battle. My infantry here keeps holding the tree line, so it's going to be a battle that I'm almost sure I'm going to win. My troops is going to push here and support the attack on the tree line with the other infantry that I have here. This infantry was not well managed by me. I could wait it a bit with this one. And let's see the end of the battle and how I managed to secure the win almost in the last moments. And so yeah, now I'm going to capture the middle star and claim the victory. And that's how it all went. Just in time, in the turn 57, I take all the victory points from the star and my opponent resigns. If the game ended in the turn 56, well, it would be a tie. Thanks for watching. I hope this battle analysis was interesting for you to watch, and see you next time.